This is why I don't film at, I have no watch. What time is it? 8:30 at night, because I'm a mess. I'm a complete mess. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie, and guys, it's September. I am filming this September 1st, which means it's fall, which means it's basically Christmas. I know you probably heard this on like every single TBR that you've watched so far, but listen. When I tell you that this is real, fall is me. Like, I am fall. Like, this is fall. I am fall. We are one, and this is my time of year. This is where I thrive, okay? It's my favorite weather. It's not my favorite holiday because I'm not a fan of Halloween, but it's really close to Christmas, and I am Little Miss Christmas, okay? So I'm excited for fall because Christmas is coming. That's why I get so excited. But we're not here to talk about my love of fall. We are here to discuss my September TBR. So, look, we all know by now, if you're new to my channel, you will learn that do I stick with my TBR? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. It's more of like books on my radar that I'd like to read. Will I get to them? Maybe, maybe not. Sometimes I'm a mood reader. All the time, I'm a real big mood reader, but I like to have at least a guideline of like, hey, these are the type of books that I'd like to read. So for September, we're getting into fall. I want to get into some thrillers. I know, I feel like maybe I'm more of like a romance channel now, but I still enjoy my thrillers, so I'm still going to be doing those. So I'm like, I want to do some thrillers, but I want to like sporadically do them throughout the month, so it's not like thriller. So I picked 3 thrillers. I picked some darker romances, and then I picked some like small town romances. So that's the vibe. I'm going to start with the thrillers, and then I'm going to go on to the dark romances and end with the small town romance. So let's just get into my September TBR. The first book on my list is Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney. This is actually a buddy read with my friend Katie from Bookstagram. We are Bookstagram twins because we're both Katies and we love cats. We're just twins, okay? It is what it is. But this is a thriller, and it is very Agatha Christie-esque, okay? It's a whodunit mystery. We are following the Darker family, and they're all coming together for their Nana's like 80th birthday. And when Nana was younger, she went to a palm reader, and the palm reader was like, yo, sis, I hate to tell you, but like, you're gonna die on your 80th birthday.
Molly, you in danger, girl.
And she fully believes this. So she gets all her family together, and she's like, hey, it's like a couple hours before my 80th birthday. Let's go over the will. She does that. Boom, at midnight, Nana dies. Nana's gone. And they're secluded at the house. Like, this house, the tide has come in, so they can't leave. So they're there for 8 hours with just them. So who killed her? Who killed Nana? I don't know, but I'm excited to find out. I am a little into it already. I'm like 40 pages, 35 pages into it. And so far, I'm liking it. But I enjoy Alice Feeney's writing, so I'm excited to see what the twist is in this. I'll be excited just to find out who killed Nana, because that's the biggest thing. Who killed Nana? The next book on my list is The Last Housewife, and I have this one on my Kindle, so I'll show you a picture of it here. But this is by, I'm pretty sure it's Ashley Winstead. She wrote In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, which I haven't read yet, but that's okay. I own it. I just haven't read it yet. But I'm like, I was going to start with that one, but this one, The Last Housewife, is about a cult, and love me some cults. So I'm like, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read that one first. Now, it is a thriller and is about a cult. However, I heard it's very dark. So should I have started with In My Dreams I Hold a Knife? Possibly. But we're just going to go in. We're going to just go and enjoy. I don't have many triggers, so I feel like I should be okay. But I may read that and be like, no ma'am, no. So we'll see. But I've heard like people who have read that and In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, this one's not their favorite, but I've never been one to follow the masses. So we'll see. We're going to see. And then the last thriller that I have is by Jennifer Hillier, and it's Jar of Hearts. And this is about a girl who is murdered, or she goes missing in her senior year. And Come to find out, years later, her remains are found. So, well, yeah, I guess she was murdered because her remains are found. Duh. Duh. Come to find out that it was her best friend's, people think it was her best friend's boyfriend that murdered her. And they think that her best friend, I think her name's Georgia. Angela dies, but the best friend's Georgia. And they think Georgia knew about it, so Georgia goes to jail. But when Georgia goes to jail, stuff comes out that maybe Georgia wasn't involved, or maybe the person they thought killed her didn't. But Georgia's boyfriend was a serial killer. So that just intrigues me. Like, how do you date a serial killer and not know? However, Ted Bundy and all that. That's beside the point. I've heard nobody say bad things about this. Not a single person. So that's like, I always hate that, because I'm like, what if I'm that one person? What if I don't enjoy it? You know, la 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 la. So we're gonna see. The next book on my list is Pen Pal by J.T. Geisinger. Okay, so controversy with this book. I know the trigger warnings. I know I have heard the hype. Well, it's really hype, but I've heard the gossip. I've heard the tea. So I am going into this book already knowing that it's not technically a romance. It's like an erotic thriller. So that's why I included it kind of with the thrillers, kind of with the dark romances, because it's both. So we have this girl. I don't know her name, but we have this girl. And she is writing to this guy in prison. Pen pal. That's all I really know. And there's a lot of smut involved. And I know this was not everyone just, yeah, some people did not like this. Some people did. But you know what? I'm going in with like an open mind, an open heart. We're just gonna see. You know, we're just gonna see. Maybe I shouldn't start with this as my first book by this author, but you know what? It's go big or go home. So I'm like, people are talking about this book. Let's just see what it is that people are talking about. The next book on my list is a romantic suspense. Yeah, pretty much. I guess that's what you call it. But it is Be Still My Heart by Emily McIntyre and Sav R. Miller. And in this book, you are following Lincoln, who is an ex-SEAL, I'm pretty sure. And he lives in this town where these dead bodies just keep, like, showing up. And I'm pretty sure he's, like, a lobster guy. He does lobsters. He's not a fisherman, but he's a lobster man. You know that he catches lobsters.
Fix it, Jesus.
And, like, dead bodies are, like, washing up on the shore. So this detective comes to town named Detective Sloan. And she's trying to figure out, okay, what's going on? What's going on? Something's fishy. Fishy, because the water. Yeah. And she is like Sunshine, and he's very grumpy. He doesn't want anything to do with her, so we have a grumpy Sunshine kind of thing. But we have the mystery of who's killing these people and what's happening. So I thought, that might be good. You know, it's a thriller and it's romance, and I enjoy both of them, so let's put them together and see what happens. Let's see what baby comes out of a thriller and a romance. We're gonna give this one a shot. The next one is, now we're getting into like my darker romances, like dark-ish. That's kind of dark, okay. So the next book is Hearts Recaptured by Tilly Cole. This is book 2 in the Hades Handman series, so I'm not gonna go into detail about what the book's about because I don't want to spoil it. But we are following Kai and Delilah in this book, so I'm assuming there's going to be a different dynamic than the first book. In the first book, the heroine escapes a cult and comes to find refuge with this motorcycle club. And in the second book, the heroine was rescued from the cult, so she was forced to leave. She didn't have a choice of leaving or not. So the dynamic's going to be different, and I'm excited to see, you know, what happens, how the romance develops over time. But I enjoyed the first book and I wanted to continue, so I'm going to do the second book this month. The next book on my list is Savage Lover by Sophie Lark. I know I've put this book on a few times, my TBRs, and I've just never finished it because I know that it's everyone's least favorite in the Brutal Birthright series. So I'm like, just putting it off because I know it's not everyone's favorite. So I'm just going to bite the bullet and I'm going to read it. But this is Nero's story, and he is Ada's, I think his older brother. Yeah, because I think, yeah, pretty sure Nero's Ada's older brother. Ada is from the first book, but I think this is like has to do with cars. I've heard that it's very like Fast and Furious feeling, which I enjoy the movies, but like, will I enjoy it like in book form? I don't know, but like, if your name's Paul Walker, sign me up. Rest in peace, Paul Walker. But yeah, I just want to read this book so I can get to the next books. And I know I can read them like not in order, but I'm such a stickler for reading things in order that I have to do it. And hopefully I'll finally get to this one this month. The next book that I have is called Irresistible by Nicole Baker, and this is an ARC. I am on her ARC team, and this is just a romance. It's not small town romance because it's set in Chicago, but I had to read it for this month, so that's why it's included in the video. This is a workplace romance where you're following Jackson, who is a surgeon, and Tiffany, who is a nurse on his wing. And so far it's cute. I'm enjoying it. She's a single mom and she just moved to the city, and it's forced proximity because the place that she was planning on living with her son falls through, and Jackson's like, you can stay with me, even though he's like pushing her away because he doesn't want to tell himself how much he finds her attractive. So he's like, if I just push her away, all will be good. But well, it's not going to work out that way because it's a romance. But I am excited to finish this one. I started it like a few days ago, so far so good. The next book is Tattered Stars by Catherine Cowles. This is my small town romance. My last two are small town romances, and this is the first in the Tattered and Torn series. In this book, you're following the heroine who, when she was younger, was in like a cult, I guess, sort of. Her family was involved in it, and her father had kidnapped a girl from town and brought her to live with them. And I think the heroine like escapes her house and tells the cops that this missing girl is at their house, and she gets sent away by her family to live with her sister in like the big city, and years and years and years go by, and she comes back, and the brother of the girl that was stolen does not like her, you know, it's kind of upset. Hey, your dad stole my sister, which totally understandable. But some threat happens and he has to protect her, and it's a romance and it's going to be good. I just know because everyone really seems to enjoy this series. So I'm hoping to finally get to it. Plus the covers are gorgeous. We already know I am a cover reader. I'm a cover buyer. The covers just speak to me. And then the last book for this month is On the Rocks by Candy Steiner. Look, if you don't know and you're a Candy Steiner fan, not all of her books, but a majority of her books are on sale on Amazon the whole month because she's getting married this month. So she decided to knock down the prices a little bit. You're welcome. Go get yourself some. You know what? If you're only going to get one, you need to go get, it's down there. But you need to get yourself a Love Letter to Whiskey, the special edition, special anniversary edition, and read it and thank me later. So there's your homework. Go get it. Okay, but this was On the Rocks. In this one, we're following Grace. Grace is engaged to some guy who's supposed to be like a big shot politician when he gets, he's on the up and up. And she's the golden child. She does what her parents tell her to do. Her parents wanted her to do this. And then we have Noah. And Noah is the bad boy. Noah is the wild guy of town. Someone that her mother always told her not to associate with. And I don't know why they start associating. I don't know why, but I'm here for it. It's like forbidden. It's like Romeo and Juliet, we don't associate. So I'm here for it. Plus I just love Candy Steiner. She can do no wrong. So I know I'm going to enjoy these books. And there may be a Candy Steiner haul coming because I may have went a little crazy with her sale. Okay. But those are all the books that I plan on reading this month. Let me know down below what you guys plan on reading for the month of September. I would love to know. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you're new. I would love for you to stick around and join the family. All my social media is linked down below as always, my Goodreads and my Instagram if you want to follow me and stay more up to date with what I'm reading. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys. Why is my foot? Why do you fall asleep? There must be something wrong with why? Ah, ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ting tang, walla walla bing bang. Or this should work at this point. I'm done. Oh, goodness gracious, my shirt just wants to hang 10 and call it a day. Hopefully I'll get to this one finally. Hairball. And finally, no.